Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. What is it, Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. Big push down out of the gates. We had the, was it job numbers? Had job numbers this morning pre-market, and it was better than expected. And so the market's initially pushed up, but it's my understanding that with the better than expected numbers, that means potentially no interest rate cut then. So I'm guessing that's why the market has come down at the open. But we're starting to see a little bit of consolidation here. That's why I jumped on now. We had this big push down and then it started to bounce. And I thought, okay, we're going to get a second push today. And then it got up to yesterday's low and rolled back over. So now I'm just kind of in wait and see mode here. If price stays in this little consolidation for a little bit longer, that could be my entry for TLC. If it looks like it wants to rip up through yesterday's lows and keep going higher, then I would just wait for that push to finish. Yes, Apple. See, Apple pushed up and it blew through its pre-market highs and then through highs here. And so when it pulled back to right here, I got long with 20 contracts, and it's been awesome. So S&P pushing up here. See if it can break through yesterday's lows. Yeah, starting to push up. So because it's starting to push up here, I'm not gonna put on a. I just got filled on another Apple. I'm not gonna put on a TLC trade yet. Now, I'm gonna wait and see if it how high this continues. And so this is why I kind of jump on when I do when I did this today, because I didn't jump on at 9:30 because there was just no chance of entering, and then thought there might be a chance of entering, so I jumped on, and then here we have this push up. So I'll just wait. Yeah, I should be sharing my screen there, Tony. Did you catch that? I got long on this pullback right here. I just got filled on another. My initial fill was $1.76, and I just got filled at 360 on another. Jeez. I have 5 contracts left. I just got filled at 380 on another. Yeah, so S&P, Looks like it's still on that second push, maybe. So definitely not ready to enter a TLC trade now after this big green bar right here. We'll see. Maybe it'll start to chomp around yesterday's close, yesterday's lows. You just kind of don't know how long this push is gonna go. You know, it's a pretty solid push down. What is that? It popped up right out of the gates and then it dropped. Wow, about 85 points. Now it's recouped about 35. So yeah, not interested in entering TLC quite yet after this push up. So I'm just gonna sit here and be patient. Apple, Nvidia, Meta, MU, TSM, ARM, AMD, all in the green. Everything else pretty red. NASDAQ and S&P, though, just went green. It's got to be close to the lower expected move right here where it's at. I think it was expected move was 38 or something, maybe. Maybe it's a little bit above the expected move now. I did just a heads up for the pro members, which everybody here is. I sent out access to a folder in my Loom that has the videos. So it was just you got to have permission to be in that folder. So with being pro members, so if you see something come to your email about getting an invite for Loom, that's probably what that is. That just makes it so that anybody out there can't just jump on my Loom and watch all my videos. right, so it looks like S&P taking a pause here now. I thought it might start chopping around. Yesterday's close. I'm gonna go ahead and close my Apple and just take my profits. I only have 4 contracts left. Now that's a big it's pretty nice. Book $2,044. That's the biggest day trade I've had in a long time. I haven't really done much directional trading since I moved over to reality driven trading. It's just, but I want to get back in the live stream in the mornings. I'm going to add that in March to where I'm back doing some of those trades every now and then. Tomorrow I get a crown put on my one of my teeth. So that appointment's at 9 a.m. Central. So I'll be out in the morning getting that silly crown on. But yes, I'll go back to, I'll throw in, probably do like in a month, do like half of the days morning day trading and then half of the days morning TLC trades. So just being patient here, making sure this doesn't just continue to rip back up. I want to see some consolidation before I enter. It's been a while since I've had a trade like Apple. Here's my stream of fills. Yeah, Apple was just really holding really well as indices were just flushing, and I was like, okay, that's a pretty good sign. Just one reason I got into Apple. So if you look at this bar right here, so let's take a look. You see this bar here that pushes up through highs of day, which had already pushed up through pre-market highs, and it's a solid bar. Okay, since it was a solid bar when it pushed up through, that's when I decided, okay, if I get a pullback, I'm going in on that one. Okay, now if this bar would have came down and it would have been a little wicky like this one is, I probably wouldn't have gotten in. But because it was a solid push up and a breakthrough, that's why I got long. All right, price coming down here a little bit. Coinbase down 6.93%, Netflix down 2.58%, Circle down 5%, Hood down 11%. Man, I had a bearish butterfly all ready to place the trade, and then I switched it to a bullish yesterday for Hood. Yeah, that's correct, Tony. It means it left that bar at the top. Yep. So if you can find that where it's breaking through pre-market highs or some type of key level like this, that's a good thing to look for. All right, so price is pausing here a little bit. So now I'm getting a little closer to entering a TLC trade. Looks like I've been in about a 20-point range now for 30 minutes. Let's see what this next bar does here. I wondered if it might chop around, like I mentioned when I first got on. I wondered if it might chop around here around yesterday's close. Yesterday's lows. All right, I'm just waiting patiently here. Potentially might put in my first TLC trade here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in a TLC trade. All right, just got filled. So let me post that. There you go. So that was probably like 15, 20 seconds after getting filled. I got that posted. $5.85. So 47 and 44. All right, 65 wide with a 30-point expected move. That's a pretty good ratio. So just anticipate, hopefully, price just chopping around here. So, all right, guys, got my first trade placed, AM number 1. So if we see now some calm price action, and we'll check in with you later. Have a good one. Peace.